Are we live? Don't tell me we're live.
Sir. We are live.
Why are you just sitting there sneaking on me? Hey, press the button, but I'm not telling you I pressed the button. Okay, cool. No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm here. It's Thursday, baby. I'm here.
I'd like to remind you that 3 o'clock is Don't Let the Facts. This is Morning Off the Rails. Before I ripped it, I said, "Are we ready to go live?" And you said yes. And so the top of your head is unprepared today, or what's going on? What's happening?
Ready. You know this. I'm ready. I'm just teasing because I'm trying to share the link socially so people can tune in.
So for everybody that was up a little bit earlier this morning, you may have noticed that I put a couple of comments down below the show today to kind of get the conversation started. I think, unless Ryan has other plans for us, I think we actually may have, number one, some good things to talk about today, but we may actually stay on schedule. We've got a couple of good things to get through. I know it's a bold statement this early out of the gate, but we can try. Can't we try?
We can try. We can hope. I wouldn't hope, but we could.
Hope springs eternal, Ryan. Insert some Star Wars quote here.
Hey, you know what I realized? I tried to call you yesterday and tell you this, and I forgot. Baller, I believe, was on your YouTube page dropping all those great comments, not mine. So, unless he deleted them from my page, one of the two. That
was impressive. For anybody that wasn't watching yesterday, you may want to tune in. We had a fan from Ghana come in.
Oh, fan's the right word, Ben? Well, fan's the right word.
Well, you didn't let me finish, but okay.
Sorry.
I was going somewhere.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. You know what? Just watch the show. I don't even need. Just watch the show. Tune in. It's on YouTube. It probably won't get deplatformed like the last time Ryan fired one up because it was something he said. So, it may stay up. We'll see.
I wouldn't get my hopes up.
So, Ryan, we're just going to dive right in. Robinhood IPOs today, looking at about a $32 billion valuation. Looks like the Vladster is going to make some coin. I think I read that he's taken about $50 million off the table, which seems smart. Let's talk about the valuation for a minute. So Goldman had a valuation range of about, I think it was 32 to 36. They're talking about the valuation coming in on the bottom of that end of that range. Obviously, this is all pre-market, so we don't know what's going to go intra-market or intraday, I should say. Curious what you think about kind of what we're looking at. I know that a number of these, IPOs, these tech IPOs, I should say, in the recent past, have really skyrocketed on day one. Some have nearly doubled or even more than doubled the stock price. Do you think that we may see some upward movement like that, or what do you think about the valuation in general?
So I don't know here. I thought when Vlad pressed the button, to use Dave Portnoy's term last year, that was kind of going to be the big kick in the teeth to really put him back, and I was wrong, 100% wrong. You were right. You told me I was wrong at the time. I didn't believe you. You were wrong. I was right.
Other way around, but okay.
You were wrong. I was right. That's close enough. It's close enough.
Sure.
Sure. Whatever. Don't the facts, but whatever. I was right. You're wrong. Whatever. However you want me to say it. Okay, I'll say it that way.
You said that backwards again, but okay, keep going.
You're wrong. I was right. Whatever. However you want me to say it. I don't care. But anyways, so
he's running for governor 2024. This is just practice runs.
Also true. I'm curious today when the stock goes the next few days. Will the Robinhooders rebel against Robinhood? Are they on Team Robinhood still? I don't know. There's plenty of users, as you pointed out, that have nothing to do with kind of what we saw last year. But will that Reddit environment market kind of get together and try to short the stock, not buy the stock? I don't know. Or will the retail? You think the big boys are coming in and they're going to buy it? Who's buying?
Look at the end of the day. So I think I put it down in the comments below. Robinhood, as of last year, I think they came out and reported that there were 22.5 million accounts that were active accounts, meaning there was money in them and it was tied to a bank account. And if that's the sort of adoption rate we see, and then we also the same article talks about there was a 151% increase in these, that account number year over year from last year to this year. If we look at that, and I mean, I see no reason why that trend won't continue, because you're going to continue to have these, this 18 to 24-year-old age range has really taken a seat at the table. They're no longer, learning from the older generation and kind of stepping their toes in the water. I mean, a lot of these, a lot of that 18 to 24-year-old market, you see these videos on like TikTok, and you see these sort of a gravitation towards this en masse. And when you couple that with the retail environment, look, at the end of the day, a very, very, very minuscule number of people were affected to a great effect with what Robinhood pulled last year. And in the list of egregious things that corporate America has done, is that even on the radar? I don't know if it is at this point, because I mean, you have so many other examples of companies just absolutely destroying their client base for coming like doing something that's totally counter to the benefit of the customer base. I guess I'd say it that way. That I think it's just like forgive and forget. And again, or looking at it a different way. I don't know if you still trade on Robinhood, but I have an account that's active on Robinhood, and I got an email maybe 6 weeks ago asking if I wanted to buy into the IPO at a pre-IPO price. When you're giving your customers that sort of option, I think you're doing yourself some favors. And so,
of course, but I have money in the account. It's not invested in stocks. I wonder if that's why.
I don't know. So the last thing that I'd say there is that so if you're looking at where Robinhood sits, you have Robinhood, you have Webull. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if you have another. And so if you really have like two albatrosses in the room, there's probably enough market share that there's not going to be a monopoly, right? So Robinhood isn't going anywhere. It's not other than if they had done if the SEC had decided to take a different tack and destroy them from within, like a KPMG, like they did back in the housing crisis. That's a whole different ballgame. But since that was never on the table, I don't think they're going anywhere.
No, I don't think they're going away. I just wonder if just what the sentiment is. So to your point, here's the thing about Robinhood. Robinhood is perfect for the person who doesn't want to look at charts, which is probably most retail investors, right? Someone who doesn't want to get in there and pretend like they can read the charts and technical analysis and all that. So I think they have an advantage. Webull, I like Webull, but it's just a little bit more clunky. Now, if you're kind of an advanced user, it has a lot better functionalities. But just to get on and buy a stock, Robinhood is the easiest platform, bar none. So they have
absolutely. And I don't know what it's called offhand, but I saw an article last week about there's basically a TikTok version of stocks, and so you basically just flip through profiles, and it gives you like short-term or short little blurbs of data, and you can transact and you can buy and sell the stock right off the app. And I think as the market kind of moves that way, again, I think you're going to see some continued mass adoption from that younger crowd, which I think that's good. I mean, if that can dovetail into more entrepreneurs and less of this sort of go to high school, go to college, go to grad school, get a job, be in debt for the rest of my life cycle can change that. That's also a net positive.
Well, and the thing to your point, and I'm curious to where this goes, because if you go back to, I don't want to say the pre-Robinhood era because they've been around for a while, but TD Ameritrade, I have a TD Ameritrade account. I don't think I have any other big names, but you get in there, it's really clunky, it's not very user friendly. Robinhood came in and said, okay, hey, this is a way to make this clean, to make the people to adopt it better, and that's the thing that we do want, to your point, from the market standpoint, is more people competing for ways to invest their dollars into the market. And so if you want a Webull where you can open up all these charts and stuff, that's great. Mm-hmm. Quite simple, like Robinhood has, then so be it. I'm curious, will Robinhood pay a dividend? See, I think that's going to be, I don't know, have they made that announcement yet? Because if they pay a dividend, that would be pretty shrewd for them to pay a dividend, and then you take that dividend and invest it into other stocks on their app. And that's the kind of stuff that Robinhood could do if they want to.
So it does look like they are going to. So on the back end of Robinhood here, it says we process your dividends automatically. Oh wait, no.
That's how they handle. Yeah, I looked it up too. I can't get a feel for it. That's how they.
That actually made No, I think this is. I'm going to keep reading, but no, it looks like they are planning to produce a dividend, but it's not yet. Josh, appreciate you checking in. Thank you. So Ryan, any thoughts on that? Or are we ready to?
No, I'll just say morning to Brad as well. I saw him pop in there. So.
Oh, good old Bradford.
What is there?
How do we feel about?
Oh, have you? What is there? Call sign Hood? Is that Hood?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh, yes, sir.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
Hood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm in just because it's Hood. I live in Hood County. Like I love the Hood theme. I'm in. Okay, sorry. Okay, strike everything I just said. I'm going all in on the Hood.
You damn millennial.
I love the Hood. I'm big in the Hood. I'm investing in the Hood. Like there's 1,000 jokes to be made here.
Kids these days, you millennial, you. So if anybody wants to call in,
Q or something,
817-801-703-1. You can give Ryan a piece of your mind. You can tell him if you live in the Hood or not, or if you're down with the Hood or not. Ryan, let's move on. So I don't know about you, but I am a huge fan of guacamole and avocados. It is National Avocado Day on Saturday. Chipotle is giving free guacamole away. I think you have to order it on the app, so don't quote me on terms and conditions apply, etc. Is there a Chipotle within, I don't know, 50 miles of you?
What is what within 50 miles of me?
Is there a Chipotle restaurant within 50 miles of you? Yeah, I didn't think so. That's rough. I'm sorry.
I mean, I literally called you from one like a month ago, but whatever.
Did you? Did that happen?
Yes.
You seem defeatist. What's going on?
Here's their dividend policy because I found it. We have never declared or paid cash dividends on our capital stock. We intend to retain all available funds in future earnings, if any, to fund development expansion. We do not anticipate declaring or paying any cash dividends in the foreseeable future. So,
okay.
I wonder. Yeah. So, are they making money? I mean, I'm being serious because you see these tech companies that aren't really making money. They should be making money, but are they making money?
Well, let's. So we're still on Robinhood.
No, I'm sorry. I got the dividend thing. Guacamole.
No,
hey, first off, guacamole is underrated. Okay.
This show.
No. I'm back on guacamole. I had the dividend thing. Guacamole is underrated for a lot of reasons. One, it looks nasty. Two, the texture is weird. It's the whole thing. People are greenist. They're sensationist. They're touchist. Whatever you want to say. Guacamole is an underrated thing. I love it. On my wife makes a little turkey and cheese concoction with a little guacamole or not guacamole, avocado on it. I love it. It's underrated. For years though, I was an avocadoist. I wouldn't touch the stuff. And I regret that. Can I say that officially?
So back to Robinhood. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's like a 7-minute journey to find the dividend policy. This is what we need a producer. We need a producer be like, Ryan, shut up. Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan.
Can I just say up? Can I just?
You do, but I don't listen to you.
Okay. So actually, it's interesting you say it that way because that's actually what I wanted to talk about here. I wanted to pick your brain because I happen to agree with you. I love guacamole. I love avocado. There are so many different ways you can use it. So many different things you can put it in. But there are some people that either love avocados and hate guacamole, or vice versa. And I don't understand. Like I think that that's somewhat. I don't know. I think you should be on a watch list. I don't know. What's
So, yeah, I mean, I understand if you've never tried it, kind of the hesitancy. But where does avocado rank on the fruit spectrum? That's the question here. Obviously, watermelon's the goat of fruits, and it's a long way to number 2. So you have watermelon, but where down the list is avocado?
There's a lot to unpack there. Hold on. Wait. So the answer to where avocado is it's definitely a top 10, maybe top 8. Watermelon being unquestionable GOAT. I feel like I have a lot of contention with that.
Okay, if Watermelon was a boxer, it'd be Muhammad Ali. If Watermelon was a football player, it'd be Tom Brady. It's the Michael Jordan of fruit. It's the Wayne Gretzky. It's not even close. Like, this is not even up for debate.
People in the comments, please chime in here. I'm confused. I'm a little bit lost here. I mean, off the top of my head, I feel like let's see, a good peach.
Peaches are great.
Cherries are better than
no. Okay. Ben. How
so
often?
I'm not talking. How often? What?
Do you sit down and eat like 400 cherries? You're like, let me just wolf down 16 handfuls of cherries.
Oh, are we just going for mass at this point?
I'm just saying, like, you don't eat cherries. You might eat a cherry here. You get a little sundae. I had a dessert last night. And it was great.
For whatever it's worth, my father's favorite fruit is cherries. So just be careful about. I mean, I don't know. Tom might be listening.
We all have our faults, Tom. We all have our faults. Watermelon's the goat. I'll die on that hill.
That's an aggressive hill to die on.
That's the hill I'm willing to die on. Watermelon is the guy. Listen, I eat watermelon almost every day.
Really?
Well, okay, the past 2 weeks I have, but still, it's close enough.
Do you have a food fixation?
Well, here's the thing. I like sweet stuff, and so watermelons are better than me going in there and eating like 1,600 M&Ms. And so watermelon kind of hits that for me. And when it's cold, oh man, cold watermelon. Ooh. Watermelon.
No, don't get me wrong. Watermelon is great, but unquestionable GOAT that's just aggressive. That's just aggressive. All right, so if we're done with avocados, I have something to share with us here. If I can do this, I probably can't, but let's see. I'm gonna play a clip for us real quick, and I want to talk to you about it afterwards. Can you see that?
Can't see anything. What makes you?
No. Can you see that?
Oh gosh, no! Don't take it away, please.
Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, so
I can't hear it. You turn it up.
What?
If I'm supposed to hear it, you turn it.
Oh, you can't hear it?
Not really.
Well, go ahead and talk about some of the Fed stuff while I try to figure out how to fix that.
Well, I think I summarized my position pretty early on the pre-show comments here. The only person who knows less about running the economy or people is the Fed, and so what are they projecting? A 2% inflation in the near future? Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have like 2% day over day right now, so it's a little surprising that that's where they're going. So, hit play again.
Hold on, I'm working on it. Keep going.
I don't really have much more to add at this point than that. So I'm kind of I can go back to watermelon.
All right, go back to watermelon
then. Hit play. Let me see if I can hear it. Yeah, no, nothing. Can you hear it on your end?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like playing through your headphones and not through the computer.
Right. No. Okay. No. Just talk about something else.
Well,
pretend you're on air and I'm not here for a minute.
I'm sorry, it's distracting. If you send it to me, I can play it. How about that?
Okay.
I know how to do it. I have skills.
So I'm gonna talk about something else while the talking head it won't, I guess. So as I'm pulling this up and sending it to him, so I know that you also sent over in the Actually, yeah, you sent me some preamble today for the show, so congrats on that. But in that, you sent me some earnings reports on some of the fast food restaurants. Let's talk about that for a minute. I know that in the pandemic, the to-go orders and things of that nature, obviously that business went through the roof once some of those restaurants were able to come back open. You still have some restaurants that are primarily to-go orders instead of sit down. What do you think? What do you think about the fast food market in general? Is that from an investment standpoint, I mean, is that still maybe a strong buy, or do you see that market starting to correct?
Well, the fast food industry was kind of one of the ones that I don't know. I don't say benefited from the pandemic. They have their own issues as far as people not being able to show up, but for work because of unemployment benefits. There we go. But if you wanted to go out to eat for large portions of last year, where did you go? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like drive through or bust. And so, and listen, everyone makes fun of Taco Bell. Who doesn't love Taco Bell? Okay, Benson, I have it ready to roll. Just add that to the thing here. And here we go. Ready? No, I've got it turned off. Lovely. Oh, I've got it muted on there.
Lucidly explained policies and programs in recent months and made a real concerted effort to explain them to
how far in this we will go.
Right there.
To people who
don't 30 seconds.
Don't know what it means.
Oh, skip to 30 seconds. Okay.
On vaccinating employees coming back to that Federal Reserve Bank, and I wonder if that's system-wide going forward.
The concept of transitory is really this. It is that the increases will happen. We're not saying they will reverse. That's not what transitory means. It means that the increases in prices will happen. So there will be inflation, but that the process of inflation will stop so that there won't be further. When we think of inflation, we really think
pause it for a second.
Year upon year upon.
Pause it for a second.
Yeah, pause.
Okay. So what he just said there was transitory inflation means that inflation will happen and that the market will feel it, but that the process of inflation will stop. Like I'm so up to this point, I'm very confused. So explain. Do you have any way to explain what he just said to me? So I can explain it.
Maybe let's back it up here about let's see right here.
So there will be reverse. That's not what transitory.
Okay.
The increases will happen. We're not saying they will reverse. That's not what transitory means. It means that the increases in prices will happen. So there will be inflation, but that the process of inflation will stop.
Okay. So So the word transitory means not permanent, right? So on one hand, if you think of what he says, two separate things here. He says, A, that the prices will go up, but they won't go back. And that's not what we're saying. He said, we're not saying that. What we're saying is it will stop. Okay. Well, okay. If it stops, then on that, from that perspective, you would say, well, it's not transitory because it stopped. However, if it doesn't go back, that becomes permanent, right? So if it went up and stays, then that's permanent.
So if a bushel of corn is $3 and the bushel of corn goes, so if the bushel of corn was $3 in Q4 of 19 and that bushel of corn now costs $5, by the way, that's not the commodity price. I'm just using an example.
Yeah.
But it's now $5. So you're saying that there's been a 2/3 increase in price, and now corn costs $5 per bushel. And that's just like the new price. So it's not going to continue to rise, but that inflation that we've already seen is now not going anywhere. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, that's what he's saying. And to me, it's kind of a misappropriation of the word transitory. So transitory means It's not permanent. So it should go back down to 3. And then you'd say, well, that's not transitory. But if it stays at 5, I think what you said, if it stays at 5, now, regardless if it goes to 7 or not, that 3 to 5 is not transitory. And so is this a question of, oh man, War Room Media, those guys, they sound like they know what they're talking about.
Ryan, do you want to give a quick plug for the media publication that you run?
Oh, you talking about Inside the War Room, Takes on Guys podcast, something like that?
Yeah, War Room and then media.
War
That's
Room
right.
media.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird.
All right.
Must have been the staff watching. I'm gonna leave it there.
Mhm.
Watermelons go.
All right. So, what? Any final comments before we get out of here in a few minutes? Going into the weekend, anything that you have coming up?
It's the last show of the week.
It is well. It's the last morning show of the week. We're
That's what I
ripping
mean.
this thing back. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's depressing.
Man, we had a good roll this week. Did we get in 4 shows or 3 shows? 3 shows this week.
Did we do it Tuesday? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 3 shows. It's nice
Okay.
to just go back up for work.
Hey, you as well. It's good to be back. I know you know what that feels like. Rip the music. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow. Just with the walk-off. I mean, just the walk-off. Just 4 minutes early, hits one deep to center, drops the bat, looks at me, and just walks around the bases like this. Who you got on CNL today?
Sometimes there's just nothing to add. I don't know what to tell you.
Who you got on CNL today?
We're taking a hiatus from CNL. I'm actually rebranding CNL. I know it's news to everybody but myself, I suppose, at this point. But actually, for anybody that's checked out my profile recently, you will see that there is a new show up. There is a new show listed there, so it's going to be similar but a little bit different. Going to have some fun with that. And
Wait, there's a new show in your profile? What?
I was trying to see how good of a friend you are because, good friends check in every once in a while and just kind of see what's going on. And you didn't say anything about it. So, I mean, I don't know what that means.
You, like on a daily basis, multiple times. I figured you would just.
That's true.
You would just
That's
tell
true.
me.
What's
The
the
Wide
point of that?
Drive podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Wide Drive podcast?
So it's a little play on words behind. So you'll notice that I've started the WIIFM media production company and going to be hosting the podcast and all those things through that. WIIFM is what's in it for me. We've talked about that concept on bringing the closers a bunch, and I'm going to expand on that. But the why drive is sort of the play on words of what's the why behind doing something and driving towards a goal. I haven't figured out the whole branding message that or anything like that, but that's like it says there. Details are coming soon. If the talking head wants another job, he may actually show up on that podcast pretty regularly. We'll see. He may or may not want to inflict himself to that amount of pain, but I mean, this is a well-paying job, so you may want to put in the work. So
I love how you have an official call sign now. Today at 4 on WIIFM, we'll have on the Wide Drive podcast. Right after that, Ben Samuel's Power Hour on WIIFM 107. The Rock.
You know what's awesome about having the raw audio to this podcast? I think you just did my intro for me. That was great. That was great. Sold.
Okay, I'm firing the music up again. We're going to rip the cord this time. Take 2. First, you hit me with the walk-off, okay? And then as you're going to the dugout, like, oh, by the way, I've got a whole new team coming, baby. It's like, what's the deal here? What's the deal?
Just keep you on your toes, making sure you're paying attention.
Okay. Inside the War Room.